Oh yeah, love that, love that. I know y'all feel that. What's up out there, barbershop sports politics fans? In the house again, Young Lion the leader, Smoke Cliff. We're gonna
What's happening?
address Dr. Umar Johnson on the Breakfast Club controversy. There was a little bit of controversy about his comments on several things, I guess, on the Breakfast Club. I guess the loudest people speaking actually are the people talking about the the marrying, interracial marriage, and his thoughts on interracial marriage. He just, for those that don't know Dr. Umar Johnson, he is not a proponent of black people marrying outside of our race, and said it is counterproductive. Smoke Cliff, man, do you want to chime in on this, man? I'm sure you heard the comments, man. What do you think about interracial dating and his comments on in general? Right? We can cover a lot of the different things he said.
I mean, um I feel like this, man. Um I can appreciate Dr. Umar Johnson for being firm in his beliefs. It's not a lot of people who openly say, "Hey, this what needs to happen, regardless of how anybody else feels." And he's very unapologetic for that. I don't agree 100% with Dr. Umar, same way I don't agree 100% with 100% of the world. So if you're saying, we just have different views on certain things, and I feel like in an American society, which isn't, European society, which isn't African society or the Chinese society, here in America, there's a different systematic struggle that happens for us here, right? So I feel that in order for us to be able to get any progress within our own self, we have to realize who has all the cards. The the judicial system for us, we don't get represented, so that's taxation without representation. We're not getting a fair treatment from our judicial systems, and such and such and such and so forth and so forth. But I think there's a lot of things that need to be done, and black people, African Americans, we just need to focus on one thing, and that's organizing. We can break down the needs, but we have to focus on organizing. And that's just, for black people. But what we also have to understand that there is nothing that happens to black people that's exclusive to black people. You know what I mean? So there's not one thing that's exclusive to black people that only happens to us, except for, when we talk about slavery, those things like that are an exception. So that tells you the difference in America, how we were looked at it at a certain point in time. So I can see where Dr. Umar comes from on that side, because he's saying, like, through the history, he can't see why we should have any faith in having, the white man to save us, or the white woman, or, any European European way of thinking won't help us, is basically what he's saying. What he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And to some degree, I can agree with him. I just think in America, because we don't control, anything. Basically, we don't control anything in America. Like, when I mean control, I mean economically. We don't control anything. So a lot of the reasons we are in the position that we are in is because we don't have control of anything, and we are not organized. We have to be organized in order to have some control, and that's control over ourselves. We have to do that. But so I think it's not just so I agree with him or disagree with him. I think he makes very valid points, and but I also think that just like the man said in the Roland Martin interview, things that were passed, bills that were passed that we did get movement on happened because of a lot of white people felt like these laws needed to be laws as well.
Well,
Now,
the one thing I say about that, I think
let me
to
finish. Let me
say
finish
that. Go
before
ahead. Can me just interject just for a second? I think
I go
that
ahead.
that is kind of um, disrespectful to the movement that happened. These people were not. It's consistent with what he's saying. These people do not get up and move on their own. You know what I'm saying? They moved because the country was moving, and they had to do something to stop. Some of a lot of the problems that we're having. Black people were getting to a point they were kind of fed up at that point, and they were, it was a lot of distress, unrest, and protests that forced the hands of people. But this is not ideals, and those were not ideals that they came up with on their own, and they just out of the goodwill of their heart decided to, pass those legislations. So that's all. I just want to throw that in there because I do kind of agree. Like I still don't see those people because right now, white people are in control of Congress and everything else, so they can, out of the goodness of their heart, stop a lot of this stuff that's going on. You know what I'm saying? That they know
Yeah,
it in deep in their
they
heart is
definitely
right.
can. They
So,
definitely can.
but
But
without the pressure of us, it doesn't matter. So who is it? If who is actually to responsible for what actually happened? Is it the people that were forced into doing what they're doing, or the people that forced them to do what needed to be done? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, like I said, I don't think it's just something that I just don't think look moving forward because the way of thinking, the way that we have been thinking hasn't gotten us anywhere. So we can think a lot, we can think we're right as long as we want to, but just thinking you're right ain't got us nowhere. You know what I mean? We have to figure out the one thing that we can do to move us forward. You know what I mean? So I could debate all day with Dr. Umar Johnson and Roland Martin, but the thing is, what's going to get us to move forward? And in America, and what history would tell you that in order to get things moving, you have to get next to these people who you may not feel comfortable with. You know what I mean? So as far as what Dr. Umar Johnson is saying, I understand when he says, yes, we need our own, our own, our own, our own. I think we need to be in position to control our own. You know what I mean? I think that's more important. So when he says things like the schools and things like that, that's things that we need to get behind. You know what I mean? Sending $1, sending $5, sending $2. If we are tired of Hollywood portraying a certain person in a certain way, or we get mad when they portray Dr. Martin Luther King, but what type of people did we get behind who we felt like would be perfect to make these movies? So what I mean is like we need to be in position to do all of the things that we need, and in order to do that, you have to incorporate with white people. You know what I mean? You have to, because
Uh,
the more you grow, the more
mm,
you're going to see them everywhere. You know what I mean? They own financial institutions. They own the colleges. I mean, the things we're so far behind in what we own and what we control is what I'm saying. It only makes it harder. I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm
Mm.
saying it only makes it that much harder. So if you feel
Well,
that it's working, get behind it. But
yeah, I mean, this is the one thing that I say that and I say this always, um, where are the Christians at? You know what I'm saying? Where are the white ministers that could actually make a dent into this move, in this
shit,
movement
where
of the
are they?
truth?
They fatten their pockets with your ties. That's where they at.
And where they at? Well, I'm talking about. I mean, come on, let's be real now. What I just said, the most segregated hour. Anybody can check it. The most segregated hours of the week is on Sunday between 7 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the evening. We do not go to church together. Uh, um, White people and black people do not go to church together in by the numbers. So I'm talking about the white, completely white churches. Their structures, their preachers, their ministers. Where are they speaking up on these issues? Where are they? Because I don't see, I don't see, Noel. I mean, and a lot of these other mega church preachers that actually could make a dent in the thought process, because this is what this is about, the thought process of their people, of some of their people that sit back and make excuses for us. Because I see nothing but church going white people making excuses for why people are getting killed in the street, and why we getting body cavity searched on the side of the road. They making nothing but excuses and saying that you in the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, hold on. Is somebody making my place the wrong place at the wrong time? Or so I mean that type of stuff is going on, and to say that we don't need those people, we need those people just as much as others, because just be
Exactly.
honest, we need those,
Exactly.
but they
I
are
mean,
nowhere to be found. That's what I'm saying. We do need them. I don't say I do think we should build our own thing. Don't necessarily have to have money or whatever, but we do need your support morally,
the thing
in
we just
morally
need
in
to
this.
own it.
Yes,
That's it. We just need to own it and control it.
yes.
You know. Oh,
So yes. But that's just me. Those white Christians that happen to listen to this video, I would like to hear what your thoughts are on the things that I'm saying. Why don't we have ministers stepping up? Now, I'm from the South. I'm from the dirty, and I had a white guy that I would call a friend, and he was a minister's son, had just moved into the town that I was staying in, and he told me of the questions that they asked his father when they was going in about, like, what do you do with black people coming to the church and that type of stuff. Whereas that this is a thought process and feelings and stuff that are still being portrayed now in this. So that's what I'm saying. Like, where are those ministers that that should be standing up for those type of things? Should be standing up and saying, hold on, we should want black people to come to church with us, or you
they
know,
would they would
uh,
probably lose their non-profit.
I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Where are they? Show me. Don't just talk about it. Just be about it. Show me. You ain't even got to comment. Show me. Start an organization that helps. Black people without any obligations, because that's what a lot of times the help that we do get from them comes with obligations that end up hindering us in the long run. I.e., people like the NAACP. You know what I'm saying? I just throw it out there. I hate to call out an organization, but this organization was giving awards to people while they were getting sued for racial discrimination. You're giving them, awards in our community. Where is that good at? So just respond back. I like just to have the dialogue. Whether you hate everything I'm saying, whether you think I'm totally wrong, you think Dr. Umar is totally wrong, or Smoke Cliff, whatever it is, just comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Like I said, I'm not expecting financial support, but I do think that we should have a moral support from people, because these things are morally wrong. If you believe in the same Jesus that I do, you know what I'm saying? That's just how I feel. So get back at me on that. Let us know how you feel about that. And like I said, once again, this is Young Lion the Leader and the Smoke Cliff. We just tackled that topic. We got a lot more coming for you. Subscribe to the channel, and everybody stay blessed.